Good evening and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I'm Madhavdas G. Viewers, it's not for the first time, but the US Commission on International Religious Freedom has once again targeted Indian entities. This time, it wants targeted sanctions on RSS and the External Intelligence Agency RNAW for violations of religious freedom in India. Yet, this organization has nothing to say about the manner in which Hindus were targeted in Pahalgam. The report reads, and I quote, impose targeted sanctions on individuals and entities, such as India's Research and Analysis Wing and the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh for their responsibility and tolerance of severe violations of religious freedom by freezing those individuals or entities' assets and or barring their entry into the United States. Now, this has triggered a major political debate back in India and has exposed United States rights hypocrisy. Now, critics claim that USCIRF's recommendations are pushing to designate India as a country of particular concern is not surprising. They allege that USCIRF has long been accused of bias, with even calls in the US itself to dissolve the body for issuing politically motivated reports that deepen mistrust with strategic partners like India. But all it takes is one look at the USCIRF's leadership to get the full context. The current vice chair of the USCIRF is Dr. Asif Mahmood, a Pakistani who moved to the USA in the 1990s, later obtained US citizenship and took up activism. Back in India, opposition has also called out the report, as Samajwadi Party has called this a case of unwanted foreign interference. However, the Congress Party seems to be endorsing the view of the USCIRF, as they are citing this report to reiterate their demand for a ban on the RSS.
देखिए, ये बात तो बिल्कुल सही है, सच्चाई पर निर्भर है और देश के अंदर भी हम लोग तो महसूस कर रहे हैं, हम लोग राजनेता हैं तो हम लोग को महसूस होता है कि जो आज देश की जो स्थिति इतनी बिगड़ गई है, जो सांप्रदायिकता इतना बढ़ चुका है, नफरत घृणा इतनी बढ़ चुकी है, तो उसके पीछे आरएसएस की भूमिका बहुत ज़बरदस्त है। और आरएसएस क्या पूरी राजनीति या पूरी उसकी जो आइडियोलॉजी है, विचारधारा है, वो इसी पर निर्भर है।
No, I don't subscribe to the idea any foreign country as foreign body. We might agree with them, but we don't want any kind of interference from the foreign country or foreign organization.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guest. Joining us with us is Sanju Verma, BJP's national spokesperson. Professor Rakesh Sinha, former Rajya Sabha member of parliament, is with us. We also have Ashwini Kumar Mishra, Congress leader. Asif Sohail is a political analyst joining us. Tausif Shah is a senior leader of the PDP. Let me start with you first. Ashwini Mishra, why is the Congress promoting the findings of an organization that has earlier been accused of bias and defaming India? And what's more, today, the vice chairperson of this organization is a person with Pakistani roots. Do you find this report credible, Ashwini Mishra?
It's not about the credibility of report, Madhav. It is the audacity of the US government and its international organization dictating India on what to do and what not to do. And this is happening because we have a compromised prime minister who has sold our nation's interest to foreign entities. That is the reason they are able to dictate it. अगर मोदी जाकर के इजराइल में अमेरिका के इजराइल के ट्यून्स पे डांस नहीं करते, they would have not dared to do something like that, and we should actually rebut to it. We should actually respond to it and ensure that no foreign nation will tell us what.
That's not what the Congress is saying. I'm sorry, one second. Ashwini Mishra, you can criticize the government all you want, I have no problem. But let me just, what you're saying is very different from what the Congress party has tweeted. Have you seen the tweet? They've specifically said an organization that opposes the constitution and advocates running the country according to Manusmriti is poison to the unity and brotherhood of this nation. So you are endorsing what is being stated by USCIRF. Why?
Yes, you. No, Madhav, you have not let me finish my statement. I said, however, RSS is an entity which should be banned in India. That is what we have been demanding. And actually, we should be doing course correction. We did that in 1948. We should be doing that again, because RSS is the one which is harmful for the nation. They are spoiling our communal harmony. They are dividing India, just like how Vishwa Hindu Parishad or Hindu Mahasabha and Muslim League divided before independence. So whether
How many,
it's
sir,
coming
if you
from
believe that they are
America,
violating the law,
has been
why don't you
abstained
take the
from-
action in your case, in your states where Congress is ruling? Take appropriate action. I'm sure you're in power in several states. You could have done that if you feel there is violation of law happening. But that's not what's happening on ground, is it?
There are number of inquiries. There are number of inquiries being done. There are number of inquiries being done against RSS. There has been cases in Kerala. There have been cases in Karnataka. There are inquiries going on the RSS. So RSS, we are not giving clean sheet to RSS, but we are also concerned that how an international organization can tell us that what India needs to be
That
done.
concern, no. I think that concern does not. I mean, what those inquiries are, where you have found them guilty in the last 7 decades of independence is a big question at this point of time. But let me bring in Sanju Verma on the position that you're taking, because I find the position rather unique, Sanju Verma. Because on the one hand, he is saying, how is the United States, sort of trying to dictate, India is surrendering, the Prime Minister is surrendering, all sorts of those statements we've seen the opposition parties making over the last few months. At the same time, they say in the same breath that what this report says is correct. We want the RSS to be banned. Do you see a hypocrisy in what's being taken, the position being taken here by Ashwini Mishra?
Madhav, let me just say this first. Since the Congress, spokesperson spoke of compromised Prime Minister, let me say thank God for Narendra Modi. Because of Narendra Modi, we've had 2 oil tankers cross the Strait of Hormuz and land successfully in India. Thank God for Narendra Modi, who can pick up the phone, talk to Benjamin Netanyahu, talk to the Iranian president, talk to his counterparts in Saudi Arabia, Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain, Jordan, what have you. And thank God for Narendra Modi that today the world is India's oyster. No one can get enough of India, be it India, UK FTA, India, New Zealand FTA, India, Oman FTA, so on and so forth. But let me come to the topic of the debate.
But those tankers are a drop in the ocean, Sanju Verma. The demand is much huger than just those 2 tankers.
I'll come to that, Martha, very quickly. I will just say this.
She will not
RSS should be banned.
Tankers.
All Darbari handles have been posting this, supporting USCIRF. Let me tell them, RSS is bigger than International Red Cross Society. RSS is the world's largest NGO. RSS directly benefits and impacts the lives of at least 200 million, as in 20 crore Indians. RSS conducts 89,000 daily shakhas across 56,000 locations. RSS has at least 6 million volunteers, be it landslide in Wayanad, floods in Karnataka or Tamil Nadu, or landslides in Himachal Pradesh. The first entity that is on the ground, they are RSS volunteers. And I will end by saying this, giving free education to more than 60 lakh, 6 million tribal children through Vidya Bharati, Shishu Mandir schools. Having organizations like Muslim Rashtriya Manch, having organizations like Seva Bharati, Vidya Bharati, Bharatiya Kisan Mazdoor Sangh, Vivekanand Kendra, Rashtriya Sevika Samiti, Arogya Bharati, Sanskar Bharati, Seva International. These are organizations that work 24/7 in not just India, but across 156 countries in the fields of charity, education, healthcare, disaster relief, so on and so forth. But my final point, Madhav, just final point. Who is the vice chair of USCIRF? As you said, it's a man called Asif Mahmood. You look at his track record, he's a radical Islamist.
Yeah, that's a point I've already made, and let me bring in other panelists on that now. Tausif Shah, why are we going by the word of an organization that is run by an individual from Pakistan? Clearly, he would try to push the Pakistan narrative, point number 1, and there have been individuals from Pakistan associated with the USCIRF in the past as well. Point number 2, the government of India's stated position repeatedly has been that our views on the USCIRF is well known. It's a biased organization with a political agenda, and saying that they're continuing to misrepresent facts and push a motivated narrative against India. Why then are we seeing the Congress party picking up that issue and giving it validity?
Yeah, hi Madhavan, just hello to all of my panelists. I would just like to, before giving the relevant reply, I'd just like to remind Sanju Verma of the BJP that the 2 shifts that have been allowed, that has been clearly stated in the tweet by the President of Iran, that this is the people of India whom we are supporting. They have never mentioned the government of India. Anyways,
did it happen? Did the people of India dial the President of Iran? Or did Mr. Jaishankar speak to Mr. Araki?
He clearly said in his tweet that the people of India are showing support to the Iranian government. They are showing support with Iran. The Indian people are very much connected.
What are you saying? Indian diplomacy has not worked?
No, I don't know that whether that is worked or not.
You don't know that, then why are you jumping to a conclusion?
That is to be seen by you because they have not mentioned government of India anywhere. They have only mentioned the people of India. So now let me come back to the relevant answer that I want to give is that India is a constitutional democracy built on secularism, equality, and the rule of law. Any organization, no matter how large or influential that is, must be evaluated against these principles. The debate about banning the RSS is not about targeting a religion or any ideology. It's just simply about whether the organization that promotes majoritarian political mobilization based on religion risk undermining India's constitutional promises of equality for all the citizens. India has seen the consequences of communal polarization many times. In the diverse society with hundreds of languages, religions, cultures, an organization that deepens religious identity in politics can increase social division and communal tensions. The history also shows that the Indian state has previously taken action when it believed that public order was threatened. The RSS, the organization itself was banned 3 times. Once
Why
at
did
the
you ban it when you were in power if that's the case, Tausif Shah?
I'm telling you, just give me 1 minute. Just give me approximately 30 seconds. The organization RSS was banned 3 times. Once at the Gandhi's assassination, second in the time of emergency, third after the Babri Masjid. Whether those bans were justified or not, we don't say about that. They show that scrutiny of powerful organization is not unprecedented in India.
No. So if that is the case, I am asking you a pointed question. I am going with your point of view. If you believe that if this ban is required, then why didn't you do it? Answer that question.
How exactly we are a Jammu Kashmir based political party. We don't have that power to ban.
In your state, you have every power. Law and order is a state subject. You have every power to do so.
RSS. When we were in the power, we had no RSS in the state. Now
the RSS was not there in Jammu. Come on, please, Tausif Shah. Let's not set the imagine. You know very well. Let me bring in Professor Rakesh Sinha on that note. Professor Rakesh Sinha, Tausif Shah says that this is not a new demand. This is something that has happened in the past, and therefore it's a legitimate demand for scrutiny of a large organization. Your response to it?
No, I cannot respond to the ignorant people. As per first I am coming to Prime Minister Modi, in the era he emerged as a global leader. The kind of leadership he provided to the country and the world, and he became the savior. At that point, some Islamists, like this panelist, criticizes Modi that Iran is giving relief to the Indian people, not the government of India. You rightly asked him, had all the 140 crore people died in Iran? The Prime Minister Modi has emerged the most acceptable face in the world. You go and see the world leaders. Among the world leaders during the World War II, there were 3 and 4 leaders who emerged. At this juncture, he knows when he has to high profile, when he has to low profile. The country is in peaceful state. We are really projecting our non-aligned status. Now I'm coming to this report. This report is like the kettle calling the pot black. I am giving one example. Martin Luther King Jr. on 28th August 1963, while leading the 250,000 people in Washington, said that the Constitution of America given a bad check to the Negroes. That check bounces because with a remark that there is insufficient funds. The blacks are not getting the equal right. There, this 92% blacks are discriminated in America in 2024. 60% in the job opportunities, 57% at the workplaces. Not only that, Tausif Khan also know that there has been 8,700 complaints by the Muslims in America for the discrimination. When there is a war against the Middle East, the Muslim students are facing highest stage of discrimination. Not only that, After 9/11, our Sikh brothers were have been victimized. Sikhs are facing these discrimination in America. They are contributing, just like Parsis are contributing in India, and they are being applauded, accepted. And there is a great fraternity between Hindus and Parsis. But Sikhs are like that, very microscopic minority, but contributing in the America's development. But on the other hand, they are being killed, discriminated, outcast. So that report is a gutter inspector's report. India does not require the report. We reject the report tooth and nail, and we say that we don't require certificate from America or England or any other country. We have defeated British imperialism. We are going to defeat the new imperialism of America. We are not going to accept anybody's hegemony or domination under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We are not going to counter and going to attack anybody. But anybody who has any ill will for India, India is safe under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. And last word, the Congress and Islamists have become one. So Prime Minister Modi has rightly pointed out so many times, it is a leaguey Congress. There is no difference between the old Muslim League and now the Congress party.
Tausif Shah, put on your phone. We can't read anyway. What you're saying is too bright. Make your argument. Respond to Professor Rakesh Sinha. Tausif Shah.
No, I'm sorry, there's something bad with my... This was a tweet that I'm showing, that where the ANI has tweeted, and it says that on being asked if Iran will make any concessions for India at the Strait of Hormuz, Dr. Abdul Majid Hakim Ilahi, representative of the Iran Supreme Leader in India, says in an interview to ANI, I can say that for the majority of Indians, their hearts are with Iran. I can even say that they are against the war. We informed our people in Iran about the solidarity of our brothers and sisters in India. We also told them that now they're suffering from the shortage of gas and petrol, and help and support them. Our embassy also tried several times to help with this issue and to solve the problem for our dear brothers and sisters in India. This is my answer to the gentleman, which is saying that we are ignorant. We don't know.
Mr. Tausif Shah, you first of all said President of Iran. This is a representative of Iran. Point number two, as far as the people of India are concerned, diplomats do quote the people of India, and this does not mean there's a failure of diplomacy. But yes, Rakesh Sinha. Rakesh Sinha wants to respond to you.
Give me 30 seconds. Look, it is the government of India who is selling a good diplomacy in the world. While in the conflict-ridden world, the Prime Minister Modi is showing the path for some hope that we can be one. War can be ended. This is the position of, and this is the leadership of Modi. This is not leaders of the, definitely the people. Modi represents the people. Right. And there is no difference between the people of India and Narendra Modi. He is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is a model. Okay. As far as RSS is concerned, I am telling you that RSS nationalism leads the globalism, and America's nationalism is leading this war.
Okay.
So there is a difference, and the people are watching the difference. We stand for our nationalism, which goes to the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Okay. Let me in fact bring in Asif Sohail on this note. Asif Sohail, let me come back to the issue at hand, which is the report. I'm just going to read out 2 sentences from the report. Please bear with me. It says in April, 3 gunmen, note, not terrorists, 3 gunmen attacked a group of predominantly Hindu tourists in the Muslim majority territory of Kashmir, killing 26 people. The perpetrators reportedly asked the victims to recite the Kalma, an Islamic verse, and kill those who are unable to do so. The attack sparked a 5-day conflict between India and Pakistan and intensified anti-Muslim sentiment in India, including targeted attacks. This is a report that does not talk about terror coming from Pakistan. It calls terrorist gunmen, and then it says that because of the terrorist attack, there was hate that was spewed in our society. It does not look at the root cause of that hate. What kind of a report is this, Asif Sohail, and why is this being endorsed?
माधव, मैं पहले तो आरएसएस के बैन के बारे में बोलना चाहूँ. उनको बराबर बैन करना चाहिए राष्ट्रीय सेवक संघ को, और उनके ऊपर अकाउंटेबिलिटी लाना चाहिए. मैं यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के कमीशन जो इंटरनेशनल रिलीजियस फ्रीडम की पर रिपोर्ट आई है, उसका मैं बराबर जो हो सो उसके ऊपर वो कर रहा हूँ. देखिए, जो मुल्क के अंदर नफरत फैलाता है और आतंकवाद फैलाता है,
जो आतंकवादी को आतंकवादी नहीं गनमैन बुलाता है.
सर, मेरी बात तो खत्म करनी चाहिए सर.
मैं वही सवाल मेरा जो है उसका तो जवाब दे दीजिए. जो मैंने सवाल पूछा आपसे, जो रिपोर्ट आतंकवादियों को गनमैन बोल के छोड़ देती है, आप उस रिपोर्ट को क्यों एंडोर्स कर रहे हैं?
सर मैं वही बोल रहा हूं सर, जो कोई भी हो इस मेरे भारत के खिलाफ, जो कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रहने दो, कोई रिपोर्ट रहने दो, हम उनके खिलाफ बराबर रहेंगे। देखिए हमारे लिए मुल्क पहला है। आरएसएस की देखिए आप अगर हिस्ट्री देखते हैं, जबलपुर राइट ले लो, अहमदाबाद का देख लीजिए, भिवंडी के राज लीजिए, नेल्लोर मास्कर, भागलपुर का देख लीजिए, बाबरी मस्जिद देख लीजिए, आप गुजरात राइट्स को देख लीजिए, मुजफ्फरनगर को देख लीजिए, दिल्ली राइट्स को देख लीजिए। 1961 से 2025 के अंदर कितने राइट्स हुए सर? हजारों लोग को मारा गया है। आप गिनती पे मत जाइए कि इंसान मरे हैं वहां पे, तो उसमें कोई बुरी बात नहीं है। आरएसएस को बैन करना चाहिए, होना चाहिए।
आसिफ सोहेल, आपने बहुत सारे घटनाओं के नाम लिए ना सर। किसकी सरकार थी जब भागलपुर राइट्स हुए थे?
तंजीम को बैन करना चाहिए जो मुल्क के खिलाफ काम करती है। सर
किसकी सरकार थी जब भागलपुर राइट्स हुए थे?
जो मुल्क के खिलाफ जो काम करते, सर सुनिए मेरी बात, जो मुल्क के खिलाफ कोई भी तंजीम रहने तो उसको बैन करिए। जो मुल्क में डिवीजन का काम करता है, यहाँ बैठकर जो भी ये बकवास करते हैं, नागपुर की एक स्क्रिप्ट लेकर आकर लोगों के सामने
आप सवाल का जवाब दे नहीं रहे आसिफ सोहेल। दिस इज नॉट अ प्लेटफॉर्म टू रैंट। आई एम आस्किंग यू अ पॉइंटेड क्वेश्चन, डू यू हैव एन आंसर? हु वाज इन गवर्नमेंट व्हेन द भागलपुर राइट्स हैपेंड? जवाब है आपके पास?
मेरी
One question, Madhav,
अरे सर कोई भी
गवर्नमेंट
की बात क्या है? आप
कोई भी गवर्नमेंट
अगर किसी चीज में आप आरएसएस का रोल एस्टैब्लिश कर पा रहे तो करिए।
करना चाहिए।
आप हर एक राइट्स को किसी एक तरफ को पेंटिंग कर सकते हैं, बट यस
मैं एज ए हिंदुस्तानी बात कर रहा हूँ।
ओके,
मैं एज ए इंडियन बात कर रहा हूँ।
ओके,
इंडियन बात कर रहा हूँ, हिंदुस्तानी बात कर रहा हूँ।
ओके, लेट मी ब्रिंग इन संजू वर्मा।
बराबर बोलेंगे आरएसएस को।
One, Professor Sinha coming to you. Sanju Verma respond to that. He says all of these riots, he's listed out a long series of riots. And according to this guest of ours, Asif Sohail, these are all due to RSS, the spread of hate in society. Your response to him, Sanju Verma.
Be it the Mopla genocide of 1921, be it Direct Action Day or the Kolkata killings as we call them in 1946 August, or be it the Noakhali riots of October, November 1946, be it the Bhagalpur riots, you know, each time riots have happened, Hindus and Muslims both have suffered. But the perpetrators have been radical Islamists. जब पहलगाम टेरर अटैक हुआ, हिंदुओं को बोला गया unzip your pants, read the kalma. जब उन्होंने मना कर दिया, they were shot at point blank range.
So आप जो बोलते हैं ना,
yes,
इस्लाम that उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है, समझे?
Yes, the name is radical Islam.
आसिफ सोहेल, एक सेकंड, आसिफ सोहेल, इन्होंने आपने सवाल पूछा, जवाब तो सुन लीजिए।
Yes. Madhav, my final point is this. Show me any other democracy in the world or even aristocracy or monarchy where there is something like an Article 25 of the Constitution which gives freedom to every Indian, including Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, to practice, propagate their religion. And yet, there is also an Article 29 which specially protects the cultural and educational rights of minorities, not of the majority Hindus. India is the only country which also constitutionally protects minorities, but are Muslims minorities, Madhav? Today we have more than 22 crore Muslims, but we have just 2.5 crore Christians. We have just 85 lakh Buddhists. We have only 55 lakh Jains. They are the real minorities.
Okay, let me bring in Ashwini Kumar Mishra on one point. Ashwini Kumar Mishra, in the past, Rahul Gandhi questions why Europe, US are not interested in the democratic model of India. It is completely coming apart, crumbling, so on and so forth. He said in one foreign trip. The question that repeatedly comes to mind is that whenever anything happens abroad, why does Rahul Gandhi, the Congress party, rely so much on institutions outside of India? Surely your party is powerful enough, if you can come to power in various states, to raise these issues democratically and within India itself.
Madhav, first of all, I'm very happy that Sanju ji spoke about constitution, because RSS was the one who burned the constitution and effigies of Ambedkar. RSS was the one who radicalized Godse, and in process of creating millions of Godse. Two wrong doesn't make one right, and RSS is one entity which is radicalizing people from the very root. And you spoke about ranting, Madhav. The ranting is that Chatukar and Bhakt Mandali ecosystem should also thanks Modi that 24/7
language, please. That's not, Ashwini Mishra, the problem is if you use this kind of language, they will use language which you will also not like. Please control your language, temper your language, keep it politically correct.
Sanju ji, Sanju ji used Darbari ecosystem. Was that a correct language? Did you ask her to not use such language, Madhav ji? Why you have
the language, the words that you are using are extremely derogatory, Mr. Mishra. Let me remind you. You can certainly question the BJP, but there is a certain level of decency also.
I'm calling them Bhakt Mandli.
You used another word which I don't want to repeat anyway.
Because they are
temper your language and continue.
That dollar is touching 93 rupees. Entire countries. Madhav ji, they should also thank Modi ji. 20 ships are still stuck and 700 odd crew members are stuck there. Dollar is touching 93 thanks to Modi ji. Entire country is standing in line for LPG thanks to Modi ji. 30% of street vendors are closing their shops because of LPG shortage thanks to Modi ji. All this is happening because thanks to Modi ji, he went to dance on the tunes of Israel. Israel की बीन पे जाके नागिन डांस करेंगे मोदी जी, तो देश के हितों का यही होगा माधव.
Okay, Sanju Verma.
Madhav, I just want to say one thing. If as a sane Indian, as a patriotic Indian, anybody, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, I don't care. If you cannot appreciate the fact that amidst geopolitical turmoil, 2 Indian oil tankers crossed the Strait of Hormuz and successfully landed on Indian shores, then I can only say one thing. Your hate for Narendra Modi is far higher than your love for Bharat Mata. आप भारत माता से प्यार नहीं करते, आप नरेंद्र मोदी से नफरत करते हैं. That is why you cannot appreciate anything good that happens in India.
Quick response, Ashwini.
Because of your failed diplomacy, Sanju ji.
Oh, really? Failed diplomacy.
Sanju ji, we are in this situation because of your failed diplomacy. It is because of failed diplomacy of yours. We are in this situation. Iran was a never enemy country. You made it enemy country because you dance on the tunes of Israel and America.
If that is the case, then why is Iran releasing those ships?
Israel पे जाकर के उनकी बीन पे नागिन dance.
Okay, enough. Please, let's just bring in Professor Rakesh Sinha now. Professor Rakesh Sinha, you wanted to respond to some of the earlier comments. I'm giving you a chance. We're almost out of time.
This is the only country where a person on national TV can call his prime minister that वो नागिन डांस इजराइल के ट्यून पे कर रहा है. और अभी ये कह रहे थे कि ईरान हमें बहुत छूट दे रहा है. तब तो ईरान को सब चीज छूट बंद करना चाहिए. All the Muslims, students who are in past or Muslim citizen past, hostage or some kind of situational problem, India, the prime minister took personal interest to bring back. But these Islamists cannot reform themselves. They have their mind to divide the country. They are basically jihadi. Any Muslim majority area you go, secularism does not exist. And I bet any progressive person go in a state, have a marriage of their daughters in the Muslim majority area. They are the people who are not trying to mend themselves. They know that as long Prime Minister Modi is there, as long Amit Shah ji is the Home Minister, as long RSS is there, they cannot do anything harm to the country. Okay. Now they have to mend themselves.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. I'll have to come in over here because we're completely out of time. Sanju Verma, Professor Rakesh Sinha, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, Asif Sohail and Tausif Shah, thanks so much for joining us on debate number 1.